Hey there, welcome to my first video on my channel Shoddy Farming. My name is Lita and we are going to be playing Stardew Valley today, which I have a bit of a problem with. In fact, over the holidays I was telling my sister about the game and I told her, yeah, I think I've put in about 60 hours to the game, and I thought that might have been an exaggeration, except here's the thing. My first farm, I've put in almost 85 hours. The one I'm currently working on, 88 hours. So, yeah, that's happening. So I've played quite a bit of this, but we are going to play it all over again. In fact, I think I'm going to be going through a way that most people, most streamers haven't played it. So let's find out. Let's randomize this, which I normally don't do, but let's get something fun. Long purple hair, green hair. Let's go bright green hair. I'm going to use my real name because I'm bad at thinking of anything fun. And I'm going to put my favorite thing in as Reginald, which is my parrot who you might hear shouting in the background. This, not really important. Don't worry about it. Pick one. I normally go with cats, but I have cats on both my farms, so let's go with dog. And I'm not going to skip the intro, just in case you haven't seen it. So this is actually new in the newest patch that they did, the newest update. There's different types of farms. It used to just be standard, and now there's a couple different kinds, depending on which type of game you prefer. I'm just going to go with standard. That's what I know. And we're just going to keep it simple. So here we are with our dying grandfather. I have no idea how old you're supposed to be at this time. I don't know if you're a 6-year-old watching somebody die. I don't know if you're a 26-year-old watching them die. But here we are with the envelope. Now, most people always point out about this is that big sword over his fireplace. What I recently noticed is on the mantle, that little green thing is actually, well, you'll see later. Oh, I love this. You feel crushed by the burden of modern life. And our bright spirit will fade before a growing emptiness. How's that for a wonderful pep talk from your grandpa? I love it. It's so ridiculous. This gift, i.e., that envelope that he gave us, sealed with sealing wax. Our grandpa takes no shit. XX years later. I don't know if that means 20 or if that's just some amount. So here we are at our shitty cubicle job. Joja, join us. Thrive. Just keep working. Smile. You're with Joja. Smile, because we have these security cameras pointed right at you in each individual cubicle. And there's me with my bright green hair. Oh, and who's that? 2 cubicles down? A dead body. Because why not? Apparently the company hasn't realized that one of their employees is dead, despite the security cameras. Think they notice. But here I am, my spirit crushed, fading in the modern world. First time I get a cursor. Dear Lita, if you're reading this, you must be in dire need of a change. The same thing happened to me long ago. I'd lost sight of what mattered most in life, real connections with other people and nature. So I dropped everything and moved to the place I truly belong. I've enclosed the deed to that place, my pride and joy, Shoddy Farm. Doesn't sound like a pride and joy. It's located in Stardew Valley on the southern coast. It's the perfect place to start your new life. This was my most precious gift of all, and now it's yours. I know you'll honor the family name, my dear. Good luck. Love, Grandpa. P.S. If Lewis is still alive, say hi to the old guy for me, will ya? So, we have quit our job, we have hopped on a bus, and we are taking over Grandpa's farm. And driving along. This game is kind of similar to Animal Crossing. And it gets real loud there for a second, sorry. Kind of similar to Animal Crossing in the way that you're meant to just kind of relax. And so it's got some of these long scenes. And it's just about getting to know people and building your farm. And this bit gets real loud. I'm so sorry if it's really loud for you guys. Let me turn that way down. Hello, you must be Lita. I'm Robin, the local carpenter. Mayor Lewis sent me here to fetch you and show you the way to your new home. He's right He's there right now, tidying things up for your arrival. The farm's right over here if you'll follow me. Dandelion. And here's our farm. It's a total mess. It has been abandoned for XX amount of years. It is a Shoddy Farm. I feel like that really should be capitalized. What's the matter? Sure, it's a bit overgrown, but there's some good soil underneath that mess. She wouldn't know. She's not a farmer. She doesn't know good soil. She's a carpenter. And here we are, your new home. And it's Mayor Lewis. Ah, the new farmer. Welcome, I'm Lewis, Mayor of Pelican Town. This is weird. You don't live in Stardew Valley. You live in Pelican Town. That's the name of the town, which is in Stardew Valley, which is like a state or a region or something. You don't get a lot of details, but you do not live in Stardew Valley. You live in Pelican Town. You know, everyone's been asking about you. It's not every day that someone new moves in. It's quite a big deal. Like, who's been paying taxes on this farm? So you're moving into your grandfather's old cottage. It's a good house, very rustic. There it is, my new home. Rustic, that's one way to put it. Crusty might be a little more apt, though. Crustic. We can call it crustic. Don't listen to her, Lita. She's just trying to make you dissatisfied so that you buy one of her house upgrades. Look how pissed she gets. They're just tapping her foot. She's so annoyed. Anyway, you must be tired from the long journey. You should get some rest. Tomorrow you ought to explore the town a bit and introduce yourself. The townspeople would appreciate that. And then he just leaves. No goodbye. Oh, I almost forgot. If you have anything to sell, just place in this box here. I'll come by during the night to collect it. He literally comes between 2 and 6 a.m. and just grabs everything out of this box and leaves money for you or something. It's weird. It doesn't make a ton of sense. Alright, so here's the things. It says check. Nobody ever pays attention to that, so I'm just going to know. You right click this. You've got all your tools. But first, I'm going to go in and fix some of these. You always want auto run on. You should always put your tool hit location on. I'm going to turn this way down because it is deafening me. There we go. I like the dialogue typing sounds. I'm going to leave that. I like locking my toolbar. It just means that my quick bar is always going to be down here. If you don't have that locked, when you're walking near the bottom of the screen, it pops it up top, and I don't like that. That confuses me. Zoom buttons come in handy much later in the game for me because my screen must be a weird size, and I don't need to worry about any of the controls. So we're back. We can hit E to open that. I see a lot of people trying to chop it. It's just right click, interacts with everything. You received 15 parsnip seeds. Usually something to get you started. Mayor Lewis. So, TV, always good to check. You've got the weather report. It tells you how the weather's going to be the next day. If it's raining, you don't need to water your crops, which is nice. Fortune teller tells you the luck for that day. So, surprisingly, neutral is actually slightly worse than neutral. It's strange. Living off the land is really handy if you've never played the game before. It just gives you these tips. It comes on, I think, once a week. And then there's a cooking show that's on once a week, I think. And, well, this just gives you tips, gives you some advice. The cooking show actually teaches you recipes for later in the game when you have a kitchen. Also, you can click and change any of these things, including the windows and everything. You just can't move the bed or your fireplace. Everything else you can move around. I'm okay with that there. You know, it's fun to just switch it up. So, let's start cleaning, make some room to plant these. If we hit F, it's going to bring up our journal. Always you can click over here. These are your quests. So we have introductions. It would be a nice gesture to introduce yourself around town. Some people might be anxious to meet the new farmer. We have 2 out of 28 because we've already met Robin and Lewis. Getting started. Use your hoe to till the soil. Use a seed packet on the tilled soil. Water every day. So it wants us to harvest a parsnip. So I need to rearrange my tools because I like having them in a certain order, because then I know where they are. Oh, come back here. I always forget how long it takes to chop stuff down when you're at the start of the game and you have like the basic level tools. Alright, let's chop all this down. And we have 15 seeds, so I'm going to do 3 rows of 5. Doesn't matter where you put these. So hold on to your clay. It seems useless. It's real handy later. And while later in the game you'll have like way more of it than you'll ever need. At the beginning like this, it can be a pain to get, and you do need it to build some buildings. So we water everything. Oh, I didn't show you, but if you hover over the seeds in here, it'll actually tell you how long it takes them to grow, so you know if you have time. I mean, it's the beginning, it's the first. Every season has 28 days. And if I just click on any spot of water with the watering can, it refills it. So I definitely want to get a chest before I do much else. So let's see. That needs 50 wood. Alright. Let's hope I have enough energy for this. Also, big aspect of the game is your energy down in the bottom corner here. And almost everything you do uses up some of your energy. Just walking around, stuff like that doesn't use up anything. But every time you swing an axe, every time you do anything like that, you use up some of your energy. And if you run out, you're going to be exhausted the next day and have even less just at the start of the day. So you definitely want to watch out for this. If you're running low, if you get food will increase some of your energy. And later in the game, you actually will get some items that will increase like your max energy. So instead of being limited to 270 here, it'll go way up. So you don't have so many short days where you have to go to bed because you're out of energy. You're not constantly buying food. But it looks like in order to make this chest, I'm going to be going to bed real early because I have already used up most of my energy. But I have enough to make a chest. Oop. I'm stuck. And I got some mixed seeds from some of the grass. I'm going to plant that right away. The mixed seeds can be planted in any season except winter. And whatever season you plant them in is going to get you foraging stuff from that season. So we just put the chest down. You can pick different colors up here if you want your chest to be a different color. I basically never do that, but you can. Toss everything in there. So you really don't need anything but the hoe right now. And for now, I think that's going to be it, because I'm down to 46 energy. Oops, I picked up some more fiber. So I'm going to head to bed, grab my watering can, and be ready for the next day. Now, what's strange about this game is the only way to save is by going to bed. I cannot open up any options or anything and save. It only happens when you go to bed at the end of the day. But these are all real handy. Just got your inventory, all your stuff, shows you everything out here. Your skills, which will come later. I'm a newcomer. Social, these are all the people we're going to meet. These are the people that we can give gifts to and romance and eventually marry and have children with, and the whole thing. We've got our map, which is very vague, but it's helpful sometimes, especially if you're new. Everything I can craft, this is all the stuff we're going to be getting. There's a lot. We will get more achievements later that unlock, because there's way more than that. So let's go to bed for now. I didn't sell anything, otherwise the selling money screen would come up there. We're on to the next day. So I'm glad you stuck around for this first short day in Stardew Valley on Shoddy Farm. Hopefully you come around for day 2 of spring.